Thank you, sir.
Autumn doesn't just mean a change of seasons. It also means a change for your garden's most basic element. It's soil.
That's right. Sarah is over in Studio B getting a fall time lesson from Derek Thomas.
Yeah, Tony Nelson, this actually is a spinoff from last week. Derek and I were talking about this when we did potting, doing pots and that kind of thing for your garden. People started asking about the soil because we kind of talked a bit about soil.
On Twitter, I got so many questions about what we had just mentioned about the soil and what they have to do to get their soil prepared for fall. You know, soil is alive. That's the first thing that you have to understand. And most of the times, most of the diseases that plants can get can be related back to bad soil or bad nutrition in the soil.
I had no idea.
So keeping in mind that soil is alive, what you want to think about is there's inorganic parts of soil, parts that will not break down. And that's part like sand.
Okay.
And then the white stuff that you see in here is perlite, which is actually a volcanic rock.
Now, is this part of this a potting soil you
That's
buy?
a potting mix, right?
Mix, okay.
Those things do not break down. They're there forever. Now, things like mulch and compost and actually the sphagnum that's in that potting mix, those are organic, and that's what the plants rely upon for nutrients. The inorganic stuff actually helps support roots and gives the plant some structure.
So they all need to be mixed together.
They all need to be mixed together. Now, what you can do this time of the year, whether you're doing a top dressing or whether, and Sarah, you've got the gloves, so we're mixing this together, and I'll talk about it. We've got 3 parts compost. We've got 1 part of just a regular shredded hardwood mulch. 1 part of a potting mix, not a potting soil. Make sure it doesn't say soil, a potting mix, and a 1/2 a part of just a regular all-purpose sand. You mix that all together really well, and the reason that it's so beneficial this time of the year, whether it is in the top dressing of the plant or the roots, and this was where a lot of the questions came in. They wanted to find out what we can do at this time of the year to actually change out part of this soil. Now, any of your containers that you've had on your front porch or on your deck for a couple of years, at this time of the year, the weather's nice and cool, we've taken away a third of that root mass. Take that away because that's most of the time that's going to be spent. So we've taken away a third of that root mass. You can take away 1/3 safely. Go ahead and put that. That would be the bottom of your decorative pot. A little bit more. There we go. And then what you can do is you want to put a little bit less back than what you took away. You go ahead and put the plant down in there, and then what we're going to do is we're going to do a top dressing. Now, what we've done is we've given the plant new soil below, and we've also given the plant new soil up above. That's going to be the nutrients that this plant's going to need. A lot of times when you have your container gardens and they start to get really wilted towards the end of the summer, it's because the root mass has become too compacted in that container.
Now, is this something you would do too, like if you're just in your regular garden too, to change out soil?
Perfect question. Let's say this grass was just growing in your regular garden. What you want to do is go ahead and put a top dressing, and you want to do about a 2-inch top dressing or so of the soil.
And we're imagining this is in your garden, not in a pot.
Imagining that this is in the garden. You put that all the way around, a nice 2-inch top dressing, and then what you can do for the winter time, and this is really, really helpful, just take pure mulch and put that. So you've got about a 2.5-inch layer around the base of the plant. The mulch is going to help the plant that once it actually freezes, stay frozen. And the reason you want that is that way the plants won't heave. One of the things that will kill a plant, heaving is when a plant freezes and thaws. Well, no, what happens is if it freezes and thaws, the plant will actually come up like this. And your plant will be sitting up. And what will happen is then those tender roots are exposed to a repeat frost or freeze.
Okay, so got to make sure to do that and with your pots.
Yeah, so soil is alive. It's the most important thing that you can do for the garden this time of the year.
All right.
Get out there and get that soil working. Follow me at Thomas Garden Guy. Send me some more questions and we'll make sure we get them up.
Some great tips. Thank you, Derek.
Thank you, Sarah.
We'll be right back.